G'day, Steve Morgan here, Australian Bass Tournaments with the winner of the Daiwa round of the Daiwa BREAM Series, Mark Healey. We're here on the Hawkesbury River, and this is one of your favourite places to fish, especially so today.
Yeah, it certainly is. And typically I like to fish this place in the summertime where it's like a real reaction bite with the top waters and crankbaits and that type of thing. So coming into this tournament this time of year, into the Hawkesbury, was a little bit challenging. I had to adapt and I guess fish a little bit differently than what I normally would or how I'd prefer to fish here. So yeah, just fishing, I guess this weekend, just mixing it up with a bit more plastics and deeper crab approach and stuff like that, as opposed to the cranks and you know, those reaction baits that I do like throwing.
Let's rewind a little bit and look what you weighed. A good 3.5 kilo, like a solid bag on day one, but it wasn't up near the leaders. Michael Cola-Tourist put nearly 4.4 kilos on the scales. But man, you brought it home on day two, 5.24 kilos of crab munching wash bream. Take us through the milk run you do and how you actually get this little cranker crab down. I assume this is the lure that you caught it on because you've got it here and it looks munched.
Yeah, I've got quite a few in my tackle box at the moment, and all the trebles are mashed up, and you know, because those big fish, they just crush them. They weren't mucking around on that today. Like I was saying earlier, I caught quite a few on plastics yesterday, but that bite sort of changed overnight. Had a lot of big fish come in, and you know, cranker crabs, it's always a big fish lure no matter where you're fishing, so that was the ticket today for sure.
Take us through day one then. You said you were fishing plastics on day one and fishing them a little bit lighter and a little bit shallower. Take us through the plastic. What plastic do you use and what's the technique?
Yeah, sure. I went to start on my favourite boats in Pittwater actually on the first day, and
someone was on them.
Someone was on them, so I did a pretty quick U-turn and went back to the next bay and fished there. And I was fished for probably only about 20 minutes, and it just didn't feel right. It just did not feel right, and I was like, I had, you know, I did believe there was good fish up the river, so we went up there, and I spent way too long. I had the timing out, and it is very timing orientated, this place, and not having fished it all that much, I was like, I just got that wrong, and we're up there, and it was about 11 o'clock, and I had, I think, one fish, and I was like, right, I'm just going to go and do what I like to do, and have caught them in the summertime, even though I didn't get many fish at all on pre-fish day, and I just went out to the washes and found a pack of fish, and they're very isolated as well, so pretty much I caught 2 fish in 2 casts, and I spot locked, and I did not move. The ghost was on spot lock, and I did not move until I got my bag, and then end up weighing, like, I guess, you know, 3.5 kilos, which was not a big bag for the Hawkesbury, but it sort of kept me in contention for the second day.
Yep. Second day was when everything up the ante. There were big bream dropping on the scales. We saw that 1.95 kilo giant. What changed?
Listen, I can't put my finger on exactly. I think it may have been that weather. That big southwest change came through. And I know I fished the same places that I fished yesterday afternoon and caught fish, and they were just bigger. They were bigger, and they wanted to eat crabs, and it was more aggressive bite. And like, you know, I didn't even see a really big fish yesterday when I was fishing, and I just caught some really quality fish today. And I think, you know, whether it's just that weather blew up or, you know, I don't know what it was, but everyone seemed to catch some big fish today, and it all came in. So yeah,
it seems like everyone had either a tail of a big fish or a big fish in their bag. We had the 195, we had some 17s. Poor old Paul Langley's big bream of 1.695 on day one got dwarfed several times during the. It really is the yellowfin capital of Australia, this joint, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's some massive bags here, and it's such a good fishery. To think that you need, you know, 4 and 5 kilo bags to win a tournament, it just shows you the caliber of the fish that are here, and the quality that this place has got to offer.
Take us through your outfit. It's pretty light in the hand. I'm feeling this thing. It weighs like nothing. What is it?
It weighs nothing. So I've got a twin power there. I use the 2500s and the 1000s, depending on what I'm throwing and how heavy a structure. That's a Zodius ultralight. I'll also fish the lights as well, just for a little bit more grunt. And it's I got, what is it? That 6 pound Osha F leader.
Yep.
Yeah, and
what braid?
Shimano braid. So. Yeah,
there
it's
you
a
go.
full Shimano combo, and I love it. I fish this outfit, this exact outfit, pretty much on every system I fish. So that's Kariki braid at 6 pound, and yeah, just everywhere I go, I throw this same outfit.
So if you're only going to take one outfit for everything, that's the one.
Yeah, it's perfect. They're really good action, 7 foot. There's such a diverse rod. Crankers, crankbaits, plastics, blades. You can throw anything on this rod, so it's an absolute beauty. It's a ripper. I've got about 6 or 8 of these.
Take us through the crab you use. That's a spotted colour crab, not the olive that everyone loves so much.
Well, no. Well, actually, because the water was a bit murky today, even though I was fishing sort of out in the bay, typically is quite clear, but there was a bit of colour in there. And being overcast this morning, I actually threw a UV on. Yep. And I don't typically fish a lot of those, but that seemed to get a lot of attention early. And I pretty much filled my bag on that. And then that sun started to come out, and I went to the spotted, and that's when I really started to crash the big boys.
Yeah. How many illegal fish did you catch today?
Oh, listen, I would say 15 to 20.
Yep.
So it wasn't cricket score numbers, but the calibre of fish. Yep. Like I was throwing 32 forks back. I would have threw a bag of 32 forks back.
And that's a 3.5 kilo bag you caught yesterday.
Exactly.
You threw back.
Yeah. It was hurting. I didn't actually want to do it. So.
Well, you've done amazingly. $4,250 richer, instant qualification into the Daiwa BREAM Series Grand Final on Port Stephens, where you can win a Mercury-powered bluefin boat worth about 40 or 50 or 60. I don't know how much boats are worth now. Seem to be dearer each year, but you are in it now and you got your golden ticket.
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to thank Cranker Lawrence, Hot Tackle, Mako Eyewear, On the Chew Apparel. I'd also like to shout out to Daiwa for really getting behind the series, and they're doing a great job, and also ABT. So thanks a lot, Steve and the guys.
No worries, mate. Travel safe home.
Thank you.